This video was published by MBKP International LLC. In this video I'm going to show you how to adjust the clamp power on the Perfect G12 Pro. It's also the exact same process for the G17 Pro. They're identical units. The G17 is just a little bit bigger. Okay, and what I mean by the clamping power, sometimes when you do a short stack, it has to go way down here to clamp that short stack, and sometimes when you push down this bar, it just bottoms out really easy, so it don't really got a tight clamp on a short stack. Okay, so if it's just bottoming out real quick, real easy, going down as far as it can go, and then just stopping, because then you can get a little more clamping power by doing this adjustment I'm going to show you. First thing you do is just raise this up all the way, take this plastic cover off, and make sure this, you can take this blade handle off, but make sure your blade's all the way down first. When I'm doing this adjustment, you're going to have somebody push down on this and hold it while you do it. Either that, or one thing I'm going to do here, because I don't got someone to do this, I got someone to hold the camera and me, so it ain't going to work too good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a flat screwdriver. I'm going to push this down all the way, and I'm going to lodge it in there like that, and it will hold it down for me. Okay, I'll do that when the time comes, but for now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. And lift this up. Again, this handle needs to be all the way up. And then, see how well, hopefully got enough light here. But the part I'm going to be adjusting is this right here. And you're going to be taking off these two screws. And basically what needs to be done is this moon-shaped piece or whatever needs to be raised up a little bit. There, you can see there's right now there's two washers in there on that one and two washers on that one. And what happens when you raise that up, it pushes up on this bar here, which gives you more clamping power. So you're going to need extra washer to put in here. And I'm going to take that washer from the top part up here. There's an extra washer up here. A lot of times you won't have any washers in here, or you may have one, or you may have 3 or 4. But basically what you need to do is if your clamps bottoming out like that and not giving you enough clamping power on short stacks, you need to add more washers to it. So whatever you have, you want to add to it. You might not have none, so you just add one washer to it to raise that up. If it's bottoming out very easy, then you might need to use more than one washer, 2 or 3. But for this one, I think I only need one. You may need 2, but you can just start with one and see how that works. If you need to add another one, you can always do that. But you need to add a washer to each one of these screws in this part here, okay? Go ahead and loosen this. You need a 10mm wrench. And I'll just loosen that one there. I already had them a little loose, so they're coming off easy. But anyway, I'll do that. I'll just loosen them down. Then I'm going to do that clamp thing I showed you about. Again, I don't got nobody to hold it for me, but if you have a second person, you can just have someone hold that down. But it's a good idea to have this blade all the way down so no one can cut their finger on it or anything. Just have it all the way down up against the cutting pad. And I'm just going to stick a flat screwdriver right in there, nice and tight, so that won't move on me, hopefully. Okay, and what that does is allow this to give me play in there, so room to work. Before that was pushing down tight on that when that clamp was down, so now I can just push it up and get it out of my way. Just take these screws out, and you can see there's an extra washer there I'll be using. Just hold on to this while you're taking them out. And then these washers are going to fold out in your hand here. Should have, in my case I got 4, 2 on each side. You may have more or you may have less there, but basically we're going to need to add one. So I'll take these washers off this, and now I'm going to do stacks of 3 washers for mine. There's a stack of 3, another stack. If you don't got any extra washers, usually these come with extra washers on this part here to where you can add to that. But for some reason you don't, you just need to go to the hardware store and just get some similar washers to this. Okay? And basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this in there, and I'm just going to add these washers to it. And you can just kind of slip that stack down in there and use this to hold it to where they don't all fall. Put a little pressure and just push it down. And then you get your first one, and you can kind of see through the hole. They're not perfectly lined up, but you can just put this in there and just start wiggling, and they all go in. You can see now they're all in there. And then just hand snug and leave some play for the rest. And we got the other 3, and I'm going to slip them in there on that one. And I'm gonna, sorry about that. I'm going to hold my finger under there to keep them from going as I put them in. Okay, and the other one I just kind of pushed down on this as I put them in there and kept it pushed at an angle so they didn't slip down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put those in now. I can actually push down on that to help it too. And I'll kind of try to work them all over there. And I can see they're close but not quite, but I'll just get this in there and just with my fingers under it and put a little pressure on this. I'll just wiggle this in there until I get get them all in, and they're all in now. And now I'm just going to snug these down with my fingers, and I'm going to take my 10mm wrench and just don't tighten it. You don't need to tighten it too much. Just to, you could strip it if you do it too much, but a good snug one. But that's about all you need. Just a snug tightening there, and that's basically it. And when I take that screwdriver off, this will come down on top of that like it should. I'm going to hold this down so it don't pop up real fast on me, and then I'll load it up. Okay. Now we should have more clamping power. Yeah, see, it don't go down quite as far as it did. It gives me plenty of clamping power now. Again, if it still bottoms out on you and you need more, add another washer to each of that side. But that's basically it. This will be for the G12 Pro and the G17 Pro. Identical units. This is just a G12 and it's just a little smaller.